John has been describing earlier in this little epistle the false teachings that are found throughout the land. And then he says, but you, dear children, are from God, and you've already overcome all of these false teachings. Paul would say they've set their minds on the right things. So then John continues with this hopeful truth. The one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. Now, of course, he's in reference there. The one in the world is the devil, the temptations, and all that comes with that. The God that is in you is greater than the devil that is in the world. Or to say all of this another way, if you focus your mind upon the right things, and then if you go out into this world and try to practice those very things, the strength of Christ's presence will be greater than any resistance you run into, any foe who tries to thwart you, any temptation that tries to bring you down. Thinking becomes action, which is guarded by Jesus himself. Now, I submit that such a statement as that can have a profound impact upon our lives. In the movie Along Came a Spider, Morgan Freeman plays the role of a psychiatrist policeman named Dr. Alex Cross. And at one point in the dialogue, Alex Cross says, "We do what we are. We do what we are." In other words, what determines our actions is our character. And a woman who actually ends up being one of the criminals in the movie herself tries to correct him by saying, "Don't you mean to say that we are what we do?" And Dr. Cross says once again, "No, we do what we are." Dr. Cross is in full agreement with our Apostle Paul and with John. Thinking becomes action. Character leads to doing. Who we are will set the tone for what we choose to do. And for a Christian, who we are will set the tone for what we choose to do, with Jesus giving us the strength to do it. Have you ever heard someone say, "Well, he's just too old to change his ways"? Or, "She's just too set in her ways to ever change"? Or the proverbial, "You know, a leopard can't change her spots, and a zebra can't change his stripes." We've all heard people say those various statements. Heavens, I've said those statements, and perhaps most of you have said those kinds of things as well. Are these statements true? How about God? Does God believe that these statements are true? Well, let me surprise you this morning. These statements are true. They are true. Why? Because it's just almost impossible for us to change ourselves. It's almost impossible for a zebra to change his spots, a leopard or stripes, or a leopard to change her spots. That's impossible. It's almost impossible for you and I to make critical changes in our life. But it is not impossible for God to help you make those changes. See the difference? One is you alone, the other is you and God helping to change you. The entire enterprise of Christianity comes down to this: we are sinners, God loves us, God offers forgiveness through the cross, God loves us, we become loving, God strengthens us, God sends us out into the world, we stumble, God's strength sets us back up, we become little Christs in the great big world. We are sinners who have been loved into someone new. That's the whole full circle of the Christian belief system. It's what we follow. We believe that. That's the transformation that Paul is writing about. We don't so much end up changing ourselves, but when our minds are set right and our focus is upon God, Christ comes along and gives us a different identity of who we are. Same old body, but reborn spirit. God is the change agent. We are simply the one being changed. I didn't become alive in Christ until I reached my 40s. Some people arrive at that much earlier in their lives. Others arrive later in their lives. Are you now ready to become what God has in mind for you? Mother Teresa helped the people because she didn't want the world to change her. What she meant by that was she didn't want the world to change her back into who she was before she met the living Christ, the life-changing Christ, who changed her into the person we have come to know. And she didn't want to go back to who she used to be. She wasn't going to let the world change her. Maybe someone is here today because they've reached that important crossroad in their life. The crossroad of either staying who you've been or becoming what Jesus is calling you to become. Are you standing at that very crossroad today? Well, remember this. Greater is God who is in you than he who is in the world. You don't have to change yourself. You get to be changed by the presence of the living Christ who is in you. He wants you just as you are so that you can become who you are truly meant to be. For the next 5 minutes or so, this altar is open to anyone who wants to come forward for any reason. But if you're at a crossroad in your life, that's all the more reason this altar is open to you. Because at this crossroad, there is a cross at the end of the road. Yes, you and I need to make changes. And here those changes can come true. The altar of our Lord is open to you. Amen.
Thank you for joining us on our pre-recorded Sunday morning service. If you would like a copy, you can contact the office at 660-359-6762 or email us at wesleyum@sbcglobal.net. Feel free to visit us in person or online at wesleyunitedmethodist.us, where you will always find open hearts, open minds, and open doors. May the blessings of Jesus Christ be upon you in every aspect of your life.